Okay, everyone. Get going. Yeah. Thank you for coming. Now, you're all very welcome to come a bit more forward if you want, but if you're happy where you are, that's also.
I knew that would happen. You don't want to.
We were saying, where's everyone going to sit? And kind of, yeah, that's the natural place that everyone goes to. Thank you for coming along. So this is a supporters session. It's for students and it's also for people who support those students through their journey at the university. I'll probably do some introductions first because I always forget. My name's Jeremy. I'm the Manager of Student Engagement and Success. I've got Jamie, who's the Coordinator for Enrolment for Orientation and Transition, and Anna, who is a Student Success Wellbeing Advisor, and we'll share all the talking up so you're not listening to me all the time. First of all, we always acknowledge that we're meeting on Ghana land today. The university actually goes from Darwin right through to Western Victoria, so it goes through all these different lands, which I won't go through, across the country. But we do always acknowledge this at Flinders University. You might also see in some of the student-facing areas, there's Mani Nina Pudni Takaticha, which is special permission Ghana language to say it's good you came to learn. And so that's something that we have in all our student-facing areas. Today we want to cover these areas that we've got on the screen. We'll talk about a lot of the support sessions. So this is really around people who are, as I say, for the students and also for the people supporting those students. If you're aware of the support services that are available, it can also help in terms of supporting. To be aware. Sometimes they might hit some pressure points and you could say, oh, hang on, do you remember there was that bit of support? A lot of the stuff we're going to speak about is covered in this brochure, which is in your bag. So you don't need to write anything down particularly. Of course, you're very welcome to. If you go through the brochure, it's got QR codes and it will take you through to the website, which will give you the details. So this is the headlines to show you the breadth of the support that we have. But then you can QR code, go through to the detail if you're interested in that piece of support, and it'll tell you how to access those levels of support. So this is a good resource for you to go to as well. At the end, we have any questions, obviously. It's a small group, so you're very welcome. We can just split off and try and answer any questions that you have. We're also, and it's not compulsory, but if you're very welcome to, we'll do a bit of a campus tour. We're here at this building. I think it's 2 years we've been in this building now. So we still think of it as relatively new, but it's kind of not brand new anymore. But we'll go through the various levels if you're interested in seeing the building as well. So I'm going to start off with a couple of things. I'll hand over to Anna, probably come back to me, and then over to Jamie, and then we'll go through any questions. The first things that we wanted to mention were particularly around communication. So the university will always write to you, and I'll probably refer in this to you being the student, just so that we're clear. So we'll write to students via their Flinders email. That's the official communication channel. You can link it to any other email that you want to, but we will send it to your Flinders email. There'll be some early communications that will go to other emails that you've maybe used to apply, but once you get going, we'll go through your Flinders email. So it's really important that you're looking at that Flinders email. We also are really aware that there is lots of communication that comes out, and that creates a bit of a problem, and we're looking at that. But if you can keep an eye on your Flinders email, we will flag that. If something is really important, we will quite often send an SMS as well telling you there's a really important email to go and look at. We will also send some critical news via the student experience at Flinders. So if you see that, that's one of the email sources that we use. We have a fortnightly newsletter called Ping. So that'll come out next week, and then it'll be fortnightly during semester period. And that is split into lots of different areas. So if you're based at City Campus, you'll get some information that is purely about City Campus, but it's also going to contain some information that is applicable to all students. If you're an international student, it will you'll get some dynamic content that's applicable for you. So it's kind of slightly personalised for you. And we've also got the socials on Instagram and Facebook. So Hey Flinders on Instagram and Ask Flinders on Facebook. So they're the main areas that we'll communicate with you. I did want to talk about scholarships because there are lots of scholarships available. I think I went on yesterday and there were 23 open scholarships available for students to apply to. It's not about being the top performing student. They're really around certain categories. So it could be an international student, it could be someone who's going on placement, it could be a second year student. It depends whether you meet the criteria for the scholarship. And they can, as this says, range from $2,000 to $20,000. So some are also very substantial. It is worth looking, and like I say, sometimes it's second year or third year, so it might not be applicable now, but it's always worth checking the scholarship page to see what's open and what's available, and apply, because there are scholarships available and sometimes we don't have the full applications for that. And there's a link for the scholarships. I just wanted to be really clear as well on some key dates, because this is really important. So this is what we call orientation week. This is the week before teaching starts. Next week we have Connect Week, and it's also week 1. So Connect Week is about connecting with your fellow students, connecting with your teaching team, connecting with the university. There are certain key dates and also your study. So there's a last day to enrol, which is the 8th of August. So if you haven't enrolled in your topics at Flinders University, we have topics that make up your course. You have until the 8th of August to enrol in your topics. That is the last day. After that date, you need special permission, and also because it's getting on in time. That's all right. Because it's getting on in time, it starts getting tricky to enrol. It's not a straightforward event. The 29th of August, the end of week 5, is census day, and this is probably the most critical date. This is the date where, if you're enrolled in your topic, you become financially liable. So more for domestic students, this is where you are, when you're doing HEXDET or whatever, you are financially liable at the end of that date. So you actually have the first 5 weeks. Probably shouldn't say this, but if it's not happening for you to unenroll, because at the end of week 5 you are financially liable for those topics. There's the last day to withdraw without failure, which is week 9. It kind of says this will still be on your transcript. You will be financially liable for the topic, but it will be classified as not failing the topic, which again, when you get into progression issues, is very important. And if applicable, not every course has exams, but it will be 10th to 21st of November is this exam fortnight. And we don't like to think about it, but there's also a deferred or sub-exam. So if you need to retake an exam, it's in the 8th to the 12th of December. So these are some really key dates to be aware of that will be important to you in your study. I'm going to hand over to Anna, who is a Student Success Wellbeing Advisor.
Hi everyone, my name is Ana Diaz, and as Jeremy introduced me, I'm the Student Success and Wellbeing Advisor. I work a little bit closer to some colleges like Business, Government and Law and Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences, but there are Student Success and Wellbeing Advisors, or as we are being called at the university, the SWAS, in every college. Okay, so there's always going to be a person that is going to probably help you a little bit more through some things. So as you see on the screen, there is a QR code. That QR code is going to take you to the SWA website where you can find more information about the service, and also where you can book appointments. It could be phone calls or Teams or in-person appointments. It depends on the student, what is their preference. What we can do for you is pretty much help you to keep on track with your studies. So you start falling behind, or maybe you're not very sure how you're managing your time, booking your timetables, attending to class, how to progress on the assignments, and you can just book an advisory session with us. We can also help you to navigate the university system. So I want to talk today about a lot of services. If you don't remember all those names or all those acronyms like SWA, and then you're gonna hear a bunch of more because once you pass that door, you won't remember, trust me. So you have this one, okay? So, or you can have this one, just remember Anna or SWA, and just contact us, and we kind of remind you or help you out to get in touch with those services as well. And also, if maybe you need a little bit of advocacy, some students can get a bit embarrassed or fearful talking about some things or issues with the topic coordinators, we can also help you out with that, okay? So please feel free to reach out. What's the name? We are the SWAS. That's great, okay. So please make sure of all the information, just remember that one and you'll be safe. Ask us, and then we just remind you all the things that Jeremy and Jamie and I've been telling you about the other support services. City Campus and Student Services, we're gonna talk about the support services that are here. If someone wants to say something or volunteer, please feel free to do so. But okay, on City Campus, we have all the support services. Mainly, you're gonna find most of those services at level 2. So level 2 is very important for the students studying at City Campus. Yes, and you're gonna have several support here, like enrollment support. You're gonna have student fees and scholarship information. So some of you, maybe you want to pass this to a HEX loan or HEX debt. If you're a domestic student, you can ask that information there, and any other kind of general cost information, application inquiries, updating your personal details. That's very important, because sometimes if we cannot contact you in your email, maybe we can give you a phone call, and if your information is not updated, it's going to be very difficult to contact you. If we're contacting you, it's because it's something very important, okay? So please just make sure that everything is there. Also, that's where you're gonna get and collect your ID card, okay? At level 2, if you haven't have your ID card sorted out, just make sure go to level 2 and they can help you with that, okay? Also, Student Learning Support Services, that's another acronym, we call them SLSS. They are our learning advisors, okay? So they have several ways to support the students here. So one is the Learning Lounge, yes, and in the Learning Lounge is a drop-in session. Normally they work from Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. What they can help you with, pretty much they can go and see draft of your assignments, and they can help you out with feedback on those drafts, okay? They can also check your reference list, citations, and whatever question you have related assignment, with your assignments, writing your assignments. If you're not understanding what you have to do with that, they can help you with it, okay? They also have other modules that you can find. Normally, you're gonna find in Flow. Flow is your Flinders Learning Online, which is like your LMS or learning platform, yes? So when you enter in those modules, you're gonna find in the right menu an Studiosity link. In that Studiosity link is a service that you can also have 24/7 learning advisors as well, that you can just have kind of contact with them, and they can also support you or offer help with your assignments and your assessments, okay? Additionally to this, you're gonna find in that Flow services other modules for academic resources of English for academic purposes. Even if we are native speakers, of course not me, but if you are native English speakers, then still we can have some issues sometimes with our academic writing, and these modules are very important for you to help you to improve your academic writing skills, okay? And then you will find other academic resources as well there, okay? Library services, you're going to find here resources for assignments and providing support through the academic journey. So you can find here journal articles, textbooks, and everything. There are libraries in every of our campuses. So we also have a campus at Bedford Park, and the Central Library is there. Here, the library is, I think it's in level 4. Yes, level 4, you're gonna find the library services there. And they can also, you're gonna find some advisors there to find or help you to find information and resources as well, okay? You can have chats with librarians, and this is their contact information here. FUSA is very important. FUSA is the Flinders University Student Association. They have several services for the students. So the first one is for the Student Council course and topics. So the Student Council is selected or chosen by the students themselves. And this is for you to have a say over like some decisions even taken at the university. So that's one thing that you might feel interested in participating in. Also, they have other services that are offered by professional staff members. One is the academic advocacy. So, for example, if you do not agree with a grade, you can go and book an appointment with them, and you can have some kind of advisory session to understand what are the scope of the policies of the university and how to start a appeal process, or if you feel harassed or something by someone, you can just go and talk to them. Going to talk to them doesn't mean that you have to start any process at all, but at least that you can understand what are your options, okay? And if you want to start a process, they can help you with that. Also, they have another service that is the financial counselor. So for students, if you need like some kind of information about Centrelink applications, how to apply for other kind of support, financial support, loans as well. They also have some vouchers as well for the students if you need some food security, yes, or transportation help. They can also help you with that, okay? And emergency financial assistance, pretty much, if you're like in a very difficult situation, financially speaking, okay? And for the student engagement, many of us, we like the social outlet of the university, and you're someone that you like to create clubs. You can create your own club at Flinders, but also Flinders have around 20 sports clubs and more than 100 other clubs and associations and societies that you can participate in. So there's always something for everyone, and I really invite the students or the supporters to just pass this information to the student as well, because there's a lot of things that you can participate in. Okay, June Corinthi.
Ready to go? Yeah. So Young Corinthi is a support area for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students, very specifically set up for those students. There are culturally safe spaces for study, hanging out and catching up with people. They offer tutoring and support, and they just have some areas that students can get support. They also offer financial support as well, but it is specifically for Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander students. Oh, here we go. Should have done the slide and tell them. So yeah, there's a whole load of spaces. So there's space at City Campus and also at Bedford Park plus Darwin and other areas. International Student Services. So this is a team who are specifically set up for international students, answering questions just all the way through. They offer, meet and greet services. If you are an international student, there is a specific orientation module that you need to do that's compulsory. So you will have been contacted, I think, about that already, but if not, come and have a word and we can get you in contact with that. They also organise a lot of social events for international students as well to come together. Obviously, people have travelled from other countries, and so therefore that's a really important part of the university experience. Health, counselling and disability. So health, as it says on the tin, so this is split into 3 sections. Health, this is more, I'm going to have to be very careful because some of this is at Bedford Park. At Bedford Park we have GP service where you can go and see a doctor or a nurse. I don't believe there is any at City Campus, but there will be doctors that you can go and see out in the city. There's also a counselling service. If you need to see a counsellor, there is someone based at City Campus for that. And I'll come to disability in a second. So with particularly with the counselling, there is a process that you need to go through to register with to see a counsellor. And then they can do it by Teams or some face-to-face counselling sessions as well. Disability advisors. So we do have a disability advisor unit, and this is looking at studying with any disability, any medical condition. It could be about mental health. It doesn't have to be permanent. This could be a temporary issue. And also if you're the carer of a person with a disability. And what they can do is come up with a disability action plan. And this is really important, that it can offer a different way of learning. You might need some extra time with some assessments. You might need some extra time with exams. Whatever that personal situation is that's worked out with the disability advisor, come up with that action plan. That is yours to deal with as you feel fit. You don't have to declare it out to the university. That is yours. If you want to go to a topic coordinator and say, I've got this access plan, here you go, then that's up to you to deal with. There's also a lot of self-help resources. There's a lot of help with software that can help in terms of reading and writing and all the various other software availability. So again, we've got the contact details here. If you want to go and speak to a disability advisor, a counsellor, or you need information on where to see a doctor or a nurse, if you're based at the city campus, then these are the details to speak to. We also have the an after-hours crisis support. So these are business hours. Crises don't happen in business hours, so there is an out-of-hours support service that you can have access to as well as students. So the details are there.
We have some access form applications here in terms of information if anyone wants to pick up.
Okay, in terms of an access plan, yes, go and speak to the advisor. There will be some verification documentation, and they will talk through that with you, and then there could be some alternative arrangements for study. And like I say, it's up to you how you use that as a student. Wellbeing. Wellbeing at Flinders University, it comes under this Better You brand. So there is a website. This is the gateway to all the resources in terms of your well-being, which is incredibly important without stating the obvious. So there are sessions that you can get involved with that will help in terms of meditation or mindfulness, and lots of events that you can get involved with that will help with Better You. We also have a wellbeing week a little bit later, week
7 or 8.
7 or 8, which has a real focus on wellbeing for students because it is so critically important. But again, if you see Better You, that is wellbeing at Flinders University. And the career readiness team. So the career readiness team really look at 3 different areas. One, there's the career hub. First of all, not all study directly leads to a career, but lots do. And so it's a clear focus for students when they're studying as to where this is going to take them. So we'll have the career hub, which is a load of free services and programs where you can get some support. And that might be, how are you going to get on the career that you want? They might have some interview skills. They might have some help with your CV. They might talk about how you can get your LinkedIn profile correct so that you can go and get employment. They can also help with employment whilst you're studying, because there are various options for work opportunities whilst you're studying as well. So we have this careers and employability team that can help with that. We also have the New Venture Institute, and they're very focused on entrepreneurship, and if you're thinking about setting up your own business or you want to get some skills in that area, they're very focused on that. So there's a lot of support that is available in these areas. And finally, they have the USEP, which is the specialist support for employment for people with disability, chronic illness or injury. So it's a specialised service that's offered by the university. If you've got mental health neurodiversity, so they can help with employment opportunities there. As I said, there's a lot of information. It's all in that booklet, and if you've got any questions, then obviously we can have a chat at the end. But the next bit we want to talk about is actual orientation and what we're doing.
Thank you. So I have an understanding, are we Bedford City online students?
And then I realised.
Yes, City? City. Oh, City. Easy. So we're day 3 now, so our week started on Monday. here at City Campus. So we do activate at all of our campuses. We're at Bedford Park Monday, Tuesday, Tonsley Tuesday, and today was our activation at City. So did you participate in any of the activities today? No. Maybe a college session? Did you go to your college session today?
Yeah.
The objective of orientation is to basically learn about the college, your university, navigate, get familiar with your surroundings, maybe meet some peers, and basically get ready to study. You can see the programs we ran today, and it's worthwhile showing them if you did miss them, because most of them were live streamed, so you can go back and have a watch. We'll update the website, and I think James might mention it in an email that comes out when they're ready to see. So Intro to Flow and Textbook is a good one. That's how to use the library resources and how to use Flow, which is your portal with holding all your learning modules. And Uni Essentials, Study Schedules, Success, that's a really good one just to prep you ready for class, writing assignments, referencing, time management, etc. So there's also online resources, but if you wanted to watch the live version, you're more than welcome to go have a look at that. And for the rest of the week, so we still have the Welcome Hub open Thursday and Friday, and actually into next week for Connect Week. So any general info questions, come up to the Hub, open 8 till 2. Flow is on tomorrow as well, that's online, so you don't need to come in for that, that's 10:30 to 11. And the campus is actually offering enrolment support as well, so there's a special session at 2:30 tomorrow too, if you want to look at that. So this gives you an idea of Bedford. So even though you're a City student, of course you're more than welcome to study at any of our campuses. So Bedford is the main hub with the broad offering of services, I guess. You have everything you need here at City, but also you're welcome to come out to Bedford whenever you need. We have our central library, there's a sport and fitness club as well, there's discounted membership for the gym there. And we also have the Flinders Community Market on Thursday, so I think it's every Thursday, yes, through the semester. So it's discounted grocery items, some free bread and things like that, so you're more than welcome to come down and have a look at that. And then next week we have Connect Week. So the objective of Connect Week is to hopefully connect with peers, your staff, and get involved with university life. So at City Campus we have our fair day on Wednesday, so that's a good one to come along, 10 till 2. So all of the clubs will be out, so you can have a look at what interests you. All the support services will be there, free lunch again, music activities, so it's a good one to check out. And Bedford as well have, as I said, you're more than welcome to pop down there. Oasis have quite a broad offering of wellbeing activities, which can be good to get involved in, and there's a mix and mingle at the Tab. So that's the pub, I guess we call it, up at Bedford Park. That's my emails, I think. So our orientation website is still worthwhile looking at because, as I said, we still have Connect Week next week. So just go on to see the link there, Flinders Uni orientation, and then we've got the orientation planner, so you can see what remaining activities we have available, and it's grouped from learning skills, wellbeing, services and support, and social events. There's also some maps there if you wanted to download them. So on top of the in-person orientation, we also have Finding Your Way at Flinders. So that's the online learning orientation. So really it takes you through a lot of what we've just spoke about, but probably more in depth into the online learning software programs too, and different learning modules. And you don't have to do it all at once, you can just do sections and work your way through it. Does anyone have any questions? You'll have my email as well, remembering that. So if there's anything post-session that you'd like to ask, just reach out. We'll also run a tour if you want to just have a look at the campus if you haven't had a chance to yet. We're happy to walk you up and down to show you all the different levels.
The one thing I'd like to get across from today is we've gone through the breadth of the support services that are available. There's loads there. There's more we haven't even spoken about. There's way more. That's why we give you the brochure. The main thing I would say is if you don't know or you're worried about something, please ask someone. It sounds really straightforward, but there are lots of people. We have the level 2 student services area, go and talk to them. If your teaching teams, you have topic coordinators, course coordinators, you can speak to them. You can reach out to the student success wellbeing advisors or the individual support areas. Please talk. It's when students go quiet, when the pressure comes on, and if people kind of withdraw and don't talk, that's when I think we have problems, because we can't help, and we genuinely can help, and we want to be here to help. So please just keep those conversations going. And thank you for turning up. I forgot to say this at the beginning, because this is already a really positive response to starting at uni, to have that support of people around you, and also reaching out to come and attend these types of events. As we said, if anyone's got any questions, really happy to have them in the group. If you want to catch us individually, not a problem at all. And if anyone does want to do a quick campus tour, yeah, we're delighted to do that. Otherwise, there's some cheese and crackers and some water and things over there. Please go and hoe into that as well. Otherwise, thank you ever so much for coming. Thank you.
I always say welcome to Flinders to everyone, because we've got continuance.
See ya.
Really covered those student services.